2. Organizations cannot meet the needs of the customers without a good understanding of customer needs and expectations. If we don't know what our customers need, how do we tend to them? If we don't know what they need. Whether it's spiritual need, whether it's physical need, whether it's a need of maybe they have a need in their family, how do you tend to them? That's not going to be possible. Many companies treat customer service as a necessary evil and something they need to invest in so that their guests don't leave. In our company, we spend at least 8 weeks. If you join my company, you spend 8 weeks training. 8 solid weeks training in the field. They can take you from Atlanta and take you to the boonies somewhere, or take you to Dallas to train, where they feel like they have the best training structure there. And they spend a lot of money. Why? Why do they spend a lot of money? Because they want to get the best quality product. Best quality, they want you to give the best quality service. If they don't train you and they just bring you in and just throw you in there, you won't know what you're supposed to do. So now a guest will come, will have a complaint, you won't know how to handle it. A guest will come and they want to eat a burger. You don't know how to ask them, what do you want on it, or something. And then the server takes you to the table and he's like, I wanted so and so on it, but you didn't put it on there. So how do you handle that situation? Right there and then you have already put some doubt as to whether the customer is going to come back or not into their head. So for us to be able to run our business, we have 486 stores in the whole of America. We're also in Hawaii and Puerto Rico. And for a company like that that's been around since 1934 to grow, they have invested a lot of money in training so that we can retain all the guests that we have. They can keep coming back and coming back. And our customer base rises. Okay? However, I've learned that great customer service can be a powerful growth engine for a business and also a church. For any business or church to survive and thrive or remain open for business, quality customer care is essential. And this will set you apart. I know so many companies that don't train. They don't train their employees. They just throw you in. I've heard so many people come in and tell me, wow, you guys have a very good training program. The other company that I was at, I won't mention their name, they didn't even train me. They trained me for only 2 days and they just threw me out there. I didn't know what I was doing. If it's a server, I didn't make money, so I had to leave. That person might be the person that will come to my company and do very well. So what have they done? They've just lost a very good employee, good worker, that would have probably brought increase. I would have brought their family, talked about the company to their friends, and then they will all start coming there, and you provide them the services, and they become loyal customers. A case study that was performed on a chain of restaurants. Mainly, it was a case study about Chick-fil-A and McDonald's, and then they took from the food department, then they went to the hotels. They did Renaissance Hotel and Courtyard. Those are more like smaller hotels, not like Holiday Inn and all that stuff. But some of them are like, I think, if I'm not wrong, Renaissance it's a subdivision of what did I just say now? The Holiday Inn, yeah. And they found out that the general consensus was that they all shared a passionate commitment to give high-quality customer care. That was their core value, to give high-quality customer care. Because hotels are springing up everywhere. Churches are springing up everywhere. if we don't give this quality customer care, we will not keep anybody. We will not be able to retain, and we will not be able to function rightly in the eyes of God. So, but the companies don't give the care. Who do you think gives the care? The people. We don't have people. The company cannot stand on its own and function. They need the people. So as it relates to the church, we need to invest time into training in our departments so we can give quality customer care. We cannot meet the needs of the people successfully without understanding their needs and catering to them. We need to cater. Maybe we need to go a little bit more above and beyond. Go a little bit further than another church would do. Maybe go a little bit further more than another restaurant would do. Because there are certain things that I've experienced. I worked for 2 restaurants in my whole time. I worked for Chick-fil-A and I worked for, I'm working for Steak and Shake right now. Chick-fil-A has they have a background in Christianity, and the owner of my company is a Muslim. Yes. I saw the difference when he took over the company 5 years ago, and there's a vast difference in it. In customer service, customer care, the kind of customers we're now getting. Chick-fil-A, you walk in there, good morning, they're all like, good morning, how are you doing? All nice, smiley faces and everything. But because of what's going on in our company, he has cut out Christmas. We have to work Christmas, which I would never work Christmas by the grace of God. I haven't. He has cut out Thanksgiving. We have to work on Thanksgiving Day. That's not good for us that we're giving the customer service. I've been there long enough to have priority over any, picking dates and stuff like that. But Chick-fil-A, they close on Sundays because they want families to worship together, And those are the kind of companies that sometimes people want to work for. Because I wouldn't want, right now, if I left the job that I'm at right now, I would not work for a company that opens on Sunday. I have to come and worship on Sundays. So we cannot fake great service. Either you have it or you don't. But it can be taught and you can learn it. So nobody's above being taught. I don't think anybody's above being taught. We just have to do it, do it with love, because in a church situation, we have volunteers. They're not getting paid. So I find that there's a shift in it. If you're getting paid and if you're not getting paid, there's a shift in how you provide the services. If I'm getting paid $20 an hour in church here, I'll be in church at 6 a.m. in the morning. I'll come and sweep and do everything that you want me to do. But guess why I do it, why I come to church early? Because I have a God that can pay me more than anything any man can pay me. It might not be monetary, but I know what extras that I'm getting. So we should all try to do it with our whole heart. Customer service is a core of any institution, or any industry. It's the core of it. Without it, it would not exist. It would exist in a mediocre way, but it would not exist. No doubt this customer service types that I've mentioned might not be, true to some things that people would say, but that's just okay. So, excuse me. I think I've lost one of my. But is still in here. Thing. Okay, for customer service to function right. Somebody, my bag, please. Oh, no, never mind. I got it. Thank you. To give quality, great customer service, you have to, number one, know your product. For you to give great customer service here in the church, what do you have to know? Mission and vision? Some people don't even know the address to this church. So what am I going to do? What is that person? Somebody outside wants to come to our church and said, oh, where is your church? Oh, it's somewhere in Stone Mountain, or somewhere around the stone. That's not good customer service. That's not good customer, near K&G, but that's not good customer service. You have to know the address of the church, 1640 East Park Lane. Say it, East Park Place. Say it fluently, Say it real fast so that that person will feel like, oh gosh, this person knows what they're talking about. This is, they take pride in their church. Like my company now, you can ask me any question about them, I know it because I made it a point to know it because I'm one of the advocates. I tell everybody, you want to work for Steak and Shake? Come on, I'm not getting anything from it. I'm just getting the fact that I'm helping people out to get hired, to get a job, maybe to get a career eventually, Be proud of your church. Be proud of where you work. If you're not proud of it, you cannot talk about it. You cannot talk about it with your whole heart to anybody. They'll be like, oh, she doesn't even know her church. Look at her talking about her church like that. You have to be proud of your church. You have to know its activities. We have Bible study on Wednesdays. We have prayer session, 1 hour prayer, 7 p.m. on Fridays. Those kind of things you have to know because it might be the person that you meet outside that wants to come to the church. Maybe there's a need that they have that can be met. Maybe it's a Monday, God forbid, they decide, okay, I just don't feel like living anymore, Only on Tuesday, I feel like living anymore, But on Wednesday, they come to church, and the teaching is about wanting to live for God and all God can do for you. That will change their mind, So you have to know its activities. Does your church have a website? You have to know. Also, is the website, you have to know whether the website is updated. Is it easily navigatable? Can you send somebody to it and they can find what they want right away? Because if I go to a website and somebody's trying to advertise their business for me to come in, and I click on it and it's taking me to some music, somewhere, some foreign language, I'll click off and then Google another person's, another church. So you have to make sure that your website is navigatable and it's updated. I know we have a website here and they just kind of updated it after like 5 or 6 years. Same picture there. At my job, we update it almost they used to update it like every 3 months. Now they do it periodic, like every 2 weeks. Because when you update it, people will find enticing things that will bring them in. If you update the website of this church, maybe somebody wants to come to our first week, praise and worship. They know it's going to be high praise. They'll be interested in it, and they'll see it right away, and they'll be like, okay, what times is this? Our times are there and everything. Directions to the church is there, easily navigatable. Contact information is easy to find. All these things, we don't think affects people coming to our businesses or the church. It does. It really does. Because I found out that in our business, it does. And I know in any kind of business, it does. Do you have a system in place to respond promptly and friendly to general inquiries? That's talking about the website still. Is your Sunday morning crew on time? Security, ushers, greeters, are they friendly and knowledgeable about the church activities or church program? Let's say I know somebody who was just driving past here a gazillion years ago, long time ago, and they stopped by here to worship. Eventually, because of the reception they got, they're a member of this church now, till today. So we need to be mindful of that. Are the rooms in church well marked, appropriate signs clearly displayed? It's a big deal. If a visitor comes to the church and they can't locate the pastor's office easily, and they have a need in their heart to talk to the pastor, it will create a problem. They might just walk in that way and walk out that way, because they see an opening and an opening in and out. And when you meet them in the hallway, you chat them up, talk to them. Can people depend on the church staff to remember the church calendar and communicate important events and respond to questions asked? We have to be knowledgeable about our church, about our businesses. Because one little question somebody asks and you can't answer it puts the hesitation in their heart about, is this where I really want to be? I know all these things that I'm saying, we've heard it over and over again. But the thing about it is that until we start to practice it regularly and daily, we are not going to stop teaching it. I don't think we should stop. Because this is what's going to help us to build this church of God. And lastly, is your church clean? I will not want to go into a filthy church. A church that is dirty, that is not organized. Chairs are all over the place. You can't even get close to the sanctuary if you want to have a quiet time with God. We have to be mindful of that. No doubt this customer service types does not embody the core commitments of gospel ministry, but as an expression of kindness, love, and hospitality, these are very significant. Let's take heed to it. Okay, number 2. You have to hire the right employees. You need to hire the employees that have the disposition and skill set to support your business, to support your church. We know we don't hire, people volunteer in church, but still, we still need to put the right people in the right place. Because somebody who's not a people person, I don't believe nobody is a people person. I don't believe it. But as the saying goes, somebody who's not a people person, who's not somebody that, is approachable or smiles, regular. You don't want them to be a greeter. You don't want them you can put them in the accounting department because they don't have to greet anybody. At my company, when we hire, I actually am the final say in the host and the servers, because I call that my office. The front office is my office. If you're not somebody who is very lively and friendly, I probably would not recommend you to be a host. I'll probably put you in the back of the house, which is the kitchen. Because when my guests come, I want you to be, hi, how are you doing today? What can I help you out with? I don't want you to be, hi, how are you doing? How many is in your party? No, that's not what we want. They can go to the next restaurant and they get that friendly, warm welcome, and you just lost that guest or customer. So we need to be mindful who we put in our front office. Security can be very, very scary. if you want to hire security. We hire security at my company. We put people who it's not the right thing to do, who have the side. So that if somebody is going to do something wrong, they will look at the person and be like, okay, maybe I shouldn't misbehave here. So it's just part of one of those things that, we have to be mindful who we put in. So don't just put somebody there because maybe one or two times you see them all lively, or maybe you see somebody that sometimes those big guys too, they can just be a big teddy bear, like they say. But if you see the size, the ones that we hire, if you see the size, their height is like a Deacon Oni. Yeah, would you see Deacon Oni out in the front and he'll tell you to park over here and say, no, I'm not parking. Respect now. You see. So sometimes, those superficial things help. It helps. Not saying that the person who is shorter or whatever will not do a great job or even a better job. But, sometimes it helps in some situations. Skill sets, like I said, can be taught. It can be taught, but attitude cannot be. If somebody has a bad attitude, you take the grace of God to change it. And if that person walks into your business, I don't know, it could create a lot of problems for you. Now you have to start. In my company, they will just write to the office. Then they send it back to the store. Now we have to reprimand that person. We don't do that in church. It's okay. But if we put the right people in the right place, we wouldn't have to do it at all. Training. I already touched on that, and we touched on that last week too. Some people have natural customer service skills. Just natural. I'm not going to toot my own horn. I think I do. I just love it. It just embodies me. I love to take care of people. I love to do things. I love to make sure things are running right. But all of us can benefit from practical teaching on the organization or church approach to customer service. We can all use, even I'm still learning, we can all use training. Nobody's above training. Whether you're 80 or 90, you can still be trained. It's just something that comes from the heart. You have to want to. And then you have to know how to handle situations. Make a personal connection. You have to make a personal connection. If a guest comes into your business or comes into your church, you have to make a personal connection. If the greeter misses it, if the ushers miss it, it would now be left to the congregation to handle it. If somebody is sitting on your side and you haven't seen this face before, this is a small church. We all kind of know each other. And we know a new face when we see one. I know a new face when I see one. Because I've made it a point to know everybody in the church. Even up to the children's department. I'm still trying. I don't know whose children is whose sometimes. But you can't just let somebody sit beside you and not say anything to them. Meet that person. What's your name? Are you visiting us for the first time? Don't say, are you new? That's not a word we should use. Are you visiting us for the first time? No, I'm not visiting. Oh, I'm here. This is my second time. Oh, thank you. Thank you for coming back. And I hope you enjoyed the service. When they're leaving, you have a great week. What church do you attend? Do you think you want to come worship with us again? Just make small talk. It's an entry and an exit. That's what we call it. Make an entry and an exit. You enter into that person, ask them their name, and then when they're leaving, make sure you make a connection with them. It goes a long way. It goes a long way. Even if they don't give you their phone number or whatever, they will still remember that the last time I came to Jubilee, maybe the second time they come, the Minister Bola she was the one that I met, and she was really nice. She'll go out there and tell somebody. They'll go out there and tell someone else too. Maybe the next time she's coming, she'll bring 3 people. So we have to be mindful of not, I know it's not one of our cultural things to do. We all want to be in our own, I do it all the time. It doesn't bother me. You shut me down, that's okay. But we need to try and put that in one of the things that we do when we have guests coming. Like when somebody comes to our restaurant, I have so many repeat customers. When they come in, I already know what they want. Some of them will not let even any other server or server serve them, because I've created that relationship with them. I stand and talk to them. If I don't see the husband come with the wife, I say, "Oh, where's your husband?" Then I might even mention the name, and this is like, "Oh, she's interested in me. Oh, I'm going to come back then. Are you going to be here next?" Some of them say, "Are you going to be here?" A lot of my customers know when I work. They know I'm off Sunday and Monday, and they will not come on Sunday and Monday. If they don't see, I have my own designated parking. You can ask BC, I have my own designated parking. They don't let anybody park in the front of the store. That's for guests. I'm the only car you will see in the front of guests. Any one of you try it. You will see my parking spot right there. If they don't see my car, they won't come in. Because I make it a point to be personable with them. I make it a point to make a connection with them. And that's what we need to do in church. There's a lady that comes to church here. She sits beside me half the time. If I don't see her husband, I don't care whether I asked about him last week, I'll ask about him this week again. I say, greet your husband for me when you leave. She's now going to be a member of Jubilee. Slowly but surely, we can do it. We can do it. If we get out of our shell and get out of our cultural, whatever we call it, don't be an island on your own. Make friends with people. I'm not the friendliest person, but I try. I try real hard to be, because I know that we want to grow this church. And I've been here now 14, 15 years. I wish I had brought more people than I have. I brought maybe about 4 or 5 people. That's not a good record for the house of God. It's not a good record. But if we all do some of these things that I'm talking about, I'm telling you, we can do it. Yeah, we can pray, we can fast for it too, but without action, without actually welcoming these people right, it's not going to happen. It will take the special grace of God for it to happen. Because, okay, all of you, now how many churches did you go past when you were coming to church? I went past, I counted it 3 churches. I could have stopped at any one of them, but this is my house. This is where I'm being fed and led. And I want it to grow, and I want it to succeed. New Jubilee will succeed by the grace of God. So sometimes, even in my place of business, I ask about the spiritual journey. What church do you attend? But because I walk all the way in Beaufort, people and my church is here. Like, oh, that's far. I said, no, but we have special events. How about when we have like a friends and family day or, any event? How about if I invite you? My boss wanted to come with me this morning because her father owns a church too. So she couldn't make it. She has to go and usher in the church. But because I talk about my church so much and we pray at work together, she's the best boss I've ever had. She's only been my boss for like 3 months. And she's done a lot, and I feel her heart. So I help her a lot, and she helped me out a lot. Those kind of people now, I told her, if you have any friends that want to worship around Stone Mountain, tell them. That's why I asked who knows the address of this. She knows the address of this church of heart. And she's never been here. She's not even a member. Not to talk of some of us here don't even know the address. Oh, it's somewhere in Stone Mountain. I used to say that before. I'm one of them. Hey, I'm confessing. I used to. I've repented. Thank you, sir.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing.
Okay. So, we need to try and be more friendly, more, passionate about our church. When I talk about my church, I don't care what anybody says. Yes, that's the only place God is. I make a joke of that. But I talk about my church at my job all the time. They're tired of it. Even while I was doing this paper, because my laptop messed up, I had to do it at work. You're not allowed to do that at work. But my boss said, go ahead. They said if they say, because it's on service, that's why I did it there, or else I wouldn't be able to do it. Because on Monday, there'll be an email waiting for her. We're not allowed to do personal stuff on, but because it's pertaining to service, I just headed it service. So they think it's just service for... So, and then not lastly, you have to listen to feedback. We have this acronym that we have. It's called LEARN for the restaurant business, for my company. It's listen. You have to listen. You have to be a good listener. Slow to speak. You have to be a good listener. You have to empathize. You have to show empathy. You have to show that you care, that it's affecting you, or what they're going through is affecting you, or, just like they can cry on your shoulder. You have to apologize for any wrongdoing. Like if somebody said, I came to Jubilee the other day, did you see how somebody talked to me, apologize to that person. And say, how can I fix this? What can I say to change your mind? You're not begging them to stay, but how can I change so that the person doesn't go out there and now start talking about Jubilee. When you go to Jubilee, this is what they do, this is what they do. You want to nip it in the bud right there so that it doesn't fester. But if festers, it's just like a wound, small, and then if you don't take care of it, it starts to spread. And then the church, God forbid, they give you a bad name. And then respond. Don't think that it doesn't matter. It does. In my line of business, it does. Because one or two things will happen. If you don't respond, something you could have nipped in the bud right in the store, they will now send an email to the vice president of our district. You don't want to get any messages from that man. He will come to the store and turn everything all around. So what we do, we try to nip it in the bud right there so that it doesn't now, like for church, it doesn't spread. For the restaurant, it doesn't, they don't give us a bad name. Steak and shake and beef. Oh, God, they're nasty. They're this, they're that. We want to cut that out right away. It matters. And then extra. Do something extra. Do something for us. If somebody says, okay, my food was cold when I got it, say, okay. Would you like us to remake it? We'll remake it for you. And if they had like a burger, I don't want to make you guys hungrier. They had a burger and fries. Ask them, would you like some onion rings? Would you like cheese sauce or something? Give them something a little extra. Or would you like a drink to go? Something extra. It goes a long way. I'm telling you, it goes a long way. That little thing goes a long way. They'll be back. They'll be like, she was real nice when I went over there. But then some people can abuse it too. They can abuse it, So, pertaining to church, you want to fix it. You want to do a little extra for them. Okay, what can I do to fix this? Is there anything in my power that I can do to fix this? Maybe there is, maybe there's not. I'm okay. No, ma'am, it's not okay. We want to fix this. Apologize to the person. Even if you're not the one that offended them, apologize, so it doesn't fester. Always make sure you do something about it. Don't say that they complain like this all the time. Do something about it so it doesn't fester. Give a report to the appropriate department. If you have to get the head of department involved, get them involved. If you have to get the office involved, get involved. Then the ultimate, if you have to get the pastor involved, if that person is really, really grieved, then you get him involved. But don't let it just fester like that. Oh, I've been talking a long time. Lastly, Pastor said I have 5 more minutes. Pastor Mike said 45 minutes. Hold on, one more. Lastly, one bad guest experience can sway a guest's decision whether to come back or not. But one exceptional experience can turn them into a lifelong member or guest. A happy guest is always a loyal guest. And guess what they do when they're loyal? They bring someone else. You can have the best product or the best church, but without quality customer service, you will not succeed. You will not succeed. In every industry, in every area of life, there's customer service. But without quality customer service, you won't succeed. You might skate the surface, but it won't succeed. So finally, I implore you to let's give our guests a wow factor. Be warm, open-hearted, and without judgment. I'm going to say it again. So I implore you to let's give our customers the wow factor. Be warm, open-hearted, and without judgment. So we can win them over with love. Those are the 2 wows that I gave you. Wow, wow. Warm, open-hearted, and without judgment. So we can win them over with love. And always remember too, the golden rule. We have a golden rule at my job too. Do unto others what you want them to do unto you. Matthew 7:12. Do unto others what you want them to do unto you. Thank you. Thank you. Any questions? Make them kind of a little plainer. Deacon Godwin. Deacon Godwin. Hallelujah.
Hello? Hello?
They are one of the tools that we can use to draw people into the kingdom of God. The website, even if the church has to pay those who are going to be updating the website continuously, it will go a long way. Because, most of the information on the website, they might be stale, they might be outdated. When people go over there, it will sort of, discourage them.
Yes.
That, that's one thing. And another thing that, one of the questions that came to mind while you are speaking, I realized that most of our youth, we've been emphasizing this. Other churches are stealing them away from us. I hate to use that word, but that's what it is. What are the other churches doing to attract our youth? We need to incorporate that into what we are doing in the church to keep our youth in the church. Thank you.
And that's a very good point, because we find out that even in the business that I'm in, we find out that when an older person, like an older person is aggrieved in one way or the other, they never come back. But the kids normally come back, because that shake, they have to have it. That's the majority of our clientele, like high school kids and college kids. If we lost that base, we might not even be in business, because the older folks are not eating bad anymore. They're not eating shakes and eating burgers. They're eating more healthy. And we're not the healthiest. My restaurant, my company, we're not the healthiest food providing people. So, like you said, we need to find a way to retain these our youths. You're right, they're stealing them from us, and we're all just looking. We need to do something about it, and I think Pastor Kemi is writing all this stuff. She's taking all these notes down. Thank you, Deacon Bola.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
So, I think it was a great presentation. You said a lot of things. So 2 things you said. Customer service is about knowledge. I think that there has to be an intensive effort, to get everybody to kind of know what we're about, especially our vision, connected to purpose, empowered for impact, equipped for heaven. I think that, especially on our websites or on any of our publications, they have to be like maybe testimonies of how we had connected people to purpose, of something somebody had experienced, that has changed their lives because they came to Jubilee. In the publication that we have at Grady, there is always a section that is attributed at the end of the page to somebody that had something special. Atlanta, they say Atlanta cannot live without Grady. There is always an experience that somebody had that connects to that message.
Yes.
And then secondly, we need to have something in place that that caters to service recovery. I don't think that we have that enough. Bible says offenses will come.
Yes.
In the early church, when the offense came about people not having food, the widows started complaining. They had something in place for that. So I think that they need to be maybe people that are designated. If you have a complaint and you come to me and I don't have an answer, there has to be somebody that I can refer you to that has an answer, that knows what to say concerning that complaint, because I think that we've maybe lost a lot of people because of that.
And that's why I said that we have to make sure that we do something about it. Go to the head of department or somewhere. Like you said, you probably won't be able to do anything about it. So, we need to recover whatever offenses have been done against that person. Okay, we have another 4 minutes. Any more questions? Oh, there's somebody back there. I can't hear you.
You said we should be warm, open-hearted, and
Without
not
judgment.
judgmental. For instance, if someone walks in, I know this environment permits all kinds of dressing, the larger community. So if someone walks in and comes in early, but it's not, the dressing is kind of
Then be
suggestive, not really okay.
okay.
That would be, let me use the word distracting. And the person came in early. So what should an usher do in such a situation? Can the usher put that person in front? Because the person came in early. And being in front, the person would be distracting, of course. The person's dressing.
Well, I think I'm not in the right person to answer that. But what I've heard said is let them be. Leave them alone. Let them sit down. Let them sit down wherever. If it's in the front that they're gonna put them, let them sit down. Just let them be, because we've tried this and it didn't work. We've tried turning them back, talking about it, and they hear it and they leave and never come back. Let them be. This is the house of God. God will change them when they continue coming and see that we all dress in a certain way. They'll probably change them. They'll probably change their dressing. But I mean, from me, that's what I think should be done. Pastor Kemi. I guess if there's no more questions, I guess that 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes, maybe one question, one comment, one agree, one disagree. Deacon Bola wants to say something. I don't have all the answers, so.
Yeah, since we still have a few minutes, so I would suggest that, we put people where they can function in church.
Like
it's
I said.
very, very important.
Yes.
Like, take, for example, if you put me in choir now, you want to disgrace me. Let's put people where they can actually function. I know we have a lot of holes to fill. Let's not just say, well, I'll put this person
Thank you.
there.
Thank you.
It goes along with it.
Very well noted. And I say the same thing, and I already said it too. Put people where they will thrive and function well for you, so that you don't lose people. Because like you said, if they put you in the choir, if they put me in the choir too, they will drive me away. I can sing a little bit, but I'll be off key sometimes. So, I mean, I was in the back. That's why it worked. But I want to thank you all for listening to me. Like I said, I don't know it all, I don't have it all, but I hope you have been blessed.
Thank you so much, Deaconess Kemi. Let's give God a round of applause on her behalf. She did wonderfully well. A lot of key points that she gave us. I know she was using a restaurant as example, but she also brings it back to church. So let's take it. Let's switch our mind to the church being a place where people come to eat. They come to eat the word of God. So as we feed them, we have to do customer service as well. We have to be nice. We have to smile. God will help us all in the name of Jesus. Hallelujah. Let's just take one prayer point that the grace, oh Lord, the grace to be the person, oh Lord, to retain a member in this church. Give it to me, oh God, in the name of Jesus. My actions, my behavior, my attitude will not drive anyone away in the name of Jesus. Sometimes we don't mean to, sometimes it's unconsciously, sometimes it's not what we plan, but it does happen. I want us to pray, Lord, help me, oh Lord, help me to go out of my way, Lord Jehovah, to make everybody welcome. Help me to go out of my way, oh God Jehovah, to make sure nobody will leave on my account, oh Lord, in the name of Jesus. Thank you, our Heavenly Father. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen.